Business with a servant's heart. Welcome to the podcast. Business with a servant's heart. Listen to the podcast. We're all about to talk on life. Our guest will share his life story. We want you to success in life. We're ready and we will start shortly. We're gonna talk on life. We're gonna talk on business. You're gonna shine bright. We are gonna witness. Business with a servant's heart. Welcome to the podcast. Business with a servant's heart. Listen to the podcast.
Welcome to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. I'm your host, Steve Ramona. Every episode is an invitation, a reminder that business and life isn't just about profit, it's about purpose. It's about showing up with a servant's heart in every deal and every decision, every day to make a powerful impact on others. Today's guest is going to light you up. You'll be motivated, you'll be challenged, and most importantly, you're going to walk away with tools that inspire action both in your life and the lives of others. Audience, here's your homework. How will you serve yourself and others today? Doesn't have to be a big impact. Even a small act of kindness or courage can change the game. So lean in, take notes. Shout out to my two sponsors, A Mind for All Seasons. Your brain is your greatest competitive edge, and it deserves to perform like one. Want to think faster, remember more, and stay focused longer? Just text the word optimize to 72000. Optimize to 72000 and get instant access to 6 short, powerful videos, each just 3 to 5 minutes, that reveals simple strategies to unlock peak mental performance. Because when your brain is clear, your business grows. And Epic Impact, the storytelling system that helps your message connect and convert, it's just 4 steps. Engage, persuade, inspire, close with clarity. I use it every day for all my messages. Try it free at epicimpact.ai with code STEVE. Change your messages, change your results. Excited to announce Doing Business with a Servant's Heart podcast was named top 6 in small business marketing. Thank you all of you, my guest and my audience. You've impacted so many people. Let's continue doing that. Welcome to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart podcast. I'm your host, Steve Ramona, and I'm literally on fire right now. My guest has lit me up. As he said, we connected like within 5 or 10 minutes. You're going to connect with them. Get your pencil and paper out because he's going to educate you, motivate you, inspire you about business and impact. What servants' hearts do, they make an impact. So let's bring the guest on. Chris, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's so good to be here. I'm excited, Steve.
First, I want to thank you for your service. You were in the Marine Corps. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I'd like to ask the veterans like you, what did you learn in the Marine Corps that helps you today?
Man, where could I start? I think the most impactful thing for me that resonated was, and this wasn't a decision I made consciously, it wasn't something I had planned. God put this opportunity, as everything else in my life, put the opportunity in my path and said, you can either choose this or not. It's up to you. And so I always take the ride. What the meaning of that was, and what I got from that was, as I entered the world, based on my background, not having a whole ton of support, I needed to be tested as a man to see who I was, to see what I was capable of. So everything that was intimidating, every obstacle that was intimidating that I overcame became something that was a win, something I collected as I went through my path. And so that I was blessed to be tested as a young man. And I think at any point in life, we need to stop a second and reevaluate who we are, or even ask the question, who are we? And set a goal where you can be tested. Being tested has so much impact on how you walk through life. If you're walking through life fearful all the time, you're not really getting everything out of life, right? You're in a cocoon. You're kind of falling in line. So the thing that I took away from all of my training as an infantry Marine was finding out who I was, starting to find out who I was. And that was the most impactful thing.
Identity is so big. And I think a lot of people you coach will get into that. People in business think they have an identity. How much is purpose tied to that?
Purpose. Purpose is everything because otherwise we can get up and stumble through our day, go through the motions, punch a clock, or make money for somebody else, or even think that we're doing the right thing, and we have still have no idea who we are. There's a difference. There's a difference in that balance of knowing who we are and creating a legacy. So many times people will create a legacy and go, wait, now what? I never took a look at who I am. I don't have a good relationship with my partner. My kids think I'm a stranger. So that balance, putting all that together. And we'll talk about my coaching program because though that is one of the things I really took a look at because we can grind and we can and think we checked off all the boxes. And then we get to the point where we're standing in front of our, legacy and we're going, wait a second. Wait, why don't I feel better? And so that balance, that goal setting balance of really taking a look at ourselves is hugely important. Yeah.
Yeah, knowing your purpose leads to your legacy. If you don't know your purpose, what the heck's your legacy?
That's the thing.
Helping, helping, whales, saving the whales. I'm not making it bad, but that's your purpose, and you didn't do that. There's a disconnect there.
Yeah.
So let me ask you. I don't do this much, but I love what you do. What's your purpose?
My purpose, I've had this image in my mind for I can't tell you how long. I had to go through a really rough divorce that was created by bad decisions from a loathing little boy. A pattern of bad decisions that created two amazing little girls, my daughters, but a really toxic relationship. I knew that I wanted to use everything that I'd ever experienced to help people navigate life. Because I saw people that were struggling. I'm like, no, I've been there. You got to keep walking. It gets better, and life is like this. It's impermanent. So you got to keep walking. So my purpose is to be mic'd up on a stage eventually in front of a sea of people connecting, saying, "Man, life is so beautiful. Even when you feel like it's down, it comes back up. That is the impermanence of life because birth is amazing, death is amazing, everything in between is it's a beautiful symphony. So it's perspective. God doesn't want us to suffer, but we have to grow. We have to continue growing. So that season where you're walking through what feels like hell, keep walking because it gets better. My purpose as I wake up in the morning is to spread a perspective that I know from 50 almost 55 years of life that clears things up for people. That is my purpose, and I will do that as many days as I'm on this, that I've been gifted to be here. So that's my purpose.
I love it because I tested you a little bit in a sense. I knew you knew your purpose. But
Yeah.
audience, you see how he said his purpose? If you can't say it like that, maybe not as long, maybe it's longer, but just belt it out. And I'll tell you my purpose, audience. And it's to serve the world, uplift people, bring them value as much as I can, as high as I can, to my best of my ability.
Yeah.
That's my purpose. And if you don't, and you're not a bad person if you don't know your purpose yet, but work towards that, right?
Listen,
Yeah.
listen. We're bombarded, Steve. We're bombarded by social media, by media, by this, by this. Everyone trying to sell us something. Rarely are we comfortable being still. Being still. So many people are uncomfortable looking in the mirror, spending more time than it takes to brush your teeth and put yourself together and be out the door. We're uncomfortable looking in the mirror. Stop. Look in the mirror. Be your own best cheerleader. Get some clarity. Breathe. Tune out the noise. When I talk about meditation, so many people were so on the go all the time. I can't quiet my mind. I can't shut down. Yes, you can. And this is how I describe it. I was a victim of an overactive mind for years and it almost destroyed me. Now I have a routine in the morning where I go through it. And part of it is meditation and breathing. And I teach a class in movement and breath work especially for guys that are so competitive and so worried about judgment and ego and nonsense to become still. Now, when you can breathe, close your eyes and picture a tunnel. And you're inside of that tunnel, and all the stimulations on the outside of that tunnel, that's when you really can get clarity. And that's when you should move forward with your day. Find that tunnel, get in there, and then let the madness be. Pima Chodron in the book When Things Fall Apart, she describes all of the madness as bubbles. They're bubbles, and you're a feather. You can decide how much power you want to give to either one of them, right? Or you can go pop, pop, pop. And it's as simple as that. They only have the power that we give them. You set yourself free.
Powerful. Those are $1 million tips right there. I tunnel. I wrote it down. Whole honest, you did, because for me, that's exactly what I needed. That's why I love
Yeah.
doing podcasts. You get to teach me. Um, and by the way, I'm going to start a company with 1,000 employees because I want to hire you to speak there.
I
I don't know how
love
I'm going to do it, but I just, an audience, if you have a company, this is a guy I don't like, I'm not a big promoter, but I'm promoting Chris right now because your last 5 minutes, I'm fired up right now and I got to shut
it.
up and
Good.
talking. That's what it's
That's
all
my
about, right?
purpose, Steve. That's my purpose.
Well, let's jump into the coaching because this is where you do the biggest impact.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have a coaching program called the Four Alignments. This is again, I created this based on things that I've collected. I used to think I was a weird kid because I wasn't yelling at the TV for the, football team. I was sitting back studying people, and really trying to see clearly the beauty of the knowledge of an old person, the sound of a cello. And that sounds crazy for someone who's young, but I always saw a little more clearly. And I realized when I got older, I wasn't weird. It was a huge gift. So I created my coaching program based on reconnecting with that little boy or little girl inside of you, because there is a part of our life, and it's called our domestication. That is when some adult applies their sensibilities to what a kid is doing that feels organic and feels natural and says that's weird. And the kid says, wait, that's weird, but this is how I feel. I want to stand up on a plane and I want to sing at the top of my lungs and I want to say, hey, I love your shoes. And someone says, no, 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 sit down. Don't draw attention to yourself. We lose that childlike curiosity. That's when we stop putting our hands up in class going, I know the answer. We're worried about being judged. We fall in line. We start to wear the same shoes as everyone. We start to watch the same programs, listen to the same music. We get in line. And one day we wake up and again we go, wait, who are we? Who am I? What do I truly love? What do I like? Reconnecting with that child inside of you sets you free. For my coaching program, I have the four alignments. And if you're firing on a scale of eight, 1 to 10, and 8 out of 10, then you're really living optimally. The first one is origin. Too many times when the sun goes down and we're sitting here going, man, I really don't know what I'm doing. We forget or we don't know that we have a whole long line of ancestors that have worked their way up into us, and they're raising us up. It's our time. I had a really amazing meditation one time. I had an uncle who passed away, and I sat and listened to all the edifications from people that knew him in his life, and I wanted to meditate. I wanted to go in and make contact with him. And I did. I went into this meditation. I saw him. He was young and he was happy. And I saw my grandparents also. And they were the same age, but they had energy and light and they were happy. And then one of the biggest gifts ever, I saw this long blades of grass. And behind it, I saw people with brown skin. I couldn't make out who they were. And I realized these are, because I'm half Puerto Rican, these were my Puerto Rican ancestors behind this grass. And it was such a great experience. And I heard this word. I heard a sound, rather. And as it got closer, I could make it out, and it said, go, go. It was my time. And I had a whole long line of ancestors holding me up saying, go. This is what we worked for. You're not alone. You have a whole bloodline that is pulling for you. So origin is the first pillar. You can get in touch with your ancestors. You get in touch with a higher power. Trust this higher power. And also, all these experiences you've had in life, they weren't for nothing. Trust yourself. You have so many of the answers in your own mind. Stop listening to the noise. First pillar, origin. The second one, because I'm big on fitness, I don't want to ever be sitting in my house going, man, I wish I could climb that mountain. I want to die on top of the mountain. So the second one is power. Do you feel powerful enough to get up and keep moving towards your purpose? Do you breathe? Do you have clarity? Are you choosing the right foods for someone that you love? I always tell my clients, feed yourself as if you're feeding someone you love, because you should be, right? So the second one is power. Do you feel powerful? Are you convicted in what you're doing, or are you just going through the motions? The third one is lineage, and it's all about communication. Here's the thing, as life evolves, Something happens that bruises your ego. All of a sudden, you're not talking to that person as much. Are you kidding me? These are the people who care about you. These are the people you care about. It's a crying shame to disconnect from someone because life has evolved and you haven't. This communication with your nuclear family, with your friends, with the people you care about should be cultivated as you go. The third pillar is lineage. Are you communicating with your lineage? So, first pillar, origin. Second one, power. Third one, lineage. And then the fourth one is legacy. Legacy means, are you getting up every day to create something that you're going to be proud of, that your family can be proud of, that says, I was here. I was here. What a gift. I was here. My name is Chris Michael Rushing, and you're not going to forget it because I was here. And I don't take this life for granted. I am not going to waste. I'll tell you an analogy which helped me to come to this. I was served in the Marine Corps, and we had a Marine Corps reunion. And these guys there, I thought we would be grandfathers, looking down at our grandkids, laughing like we did when we were young men about all the crazy stuff we did. And at one point, a couple years after I saw this group of friends, I got a text, and my friend said, "Hey, Teddy's in the hospital, man. He's not doing so well." I said, "What? I'm planning to go see Teddy this summer. We have plans." Well, he was in northern Michigan, and the mentality there was that COVID was a joke, and they weren't falling for it. And Teddy got COVID, and he was in the hospital fighting for his life. So two of my good friends, one who retired rather from the Marine Corps, and another guy who I served with when we were young, he said, "Hey man, Teddy's not doing so well. You should check in with him." So I got on a thread with him and I said, "Teddy, you better fight your ass off, man, because we have plans. We have plans, and I'm pulling for you. As soon as you get out of there, I'm going to come up and visit you, and we're going to laugh. We're going to hang out." And he said, "I'm fighting for my life, Rush. I'm fighting for my life." I said, "You keep fighting. You're a fighter." The next day, I texted him. I said, "Teddy, man, you okay? You good? Teddy, you okay?" And I text him until I started to receive a phone call on the other line from another guy who I served with, Ken Morton. And I don't want to pick it up. It's got to be a pocket dial. I don't want to pick this up. And then Ken Morrison called again. It's the third time I had to pick it up. So what's up, Ken? And he goes, "Rush, I got to tell you, Teddy didn't make it. Teddy didn't make it." And so we went to his funeral, and somebody said, "Man, I feel like we're the leftovers." And it dawned on me. No, man, we're not the leftovers. We are the storytellers. We keep them alive by telling their story, but it comes with a price. We get to live. So, with that, we can never take one moment for granted. We have to train harder. We have to stop and let the sun hit our face. Sometimes chew your food with your eyes closed. Take it all in. We have to live. We get to live. We tell their story, and the price or the gift, no matter depending on how you want to see it, is that we get to live, but we have to live every moment. So, in that, we have requirements, and that is also our legacy. What are you going to do with the time you've been given? It's up to you. It's up to you.
You just gave me a new description of impact, building other people's legacies.
Hmm.
I thought about it, but you just, audience, I hope you got that. What a gift you're giving to people, carrying his message forever, as long
Yeah.
as you live in this earth. And then somebody
Yeah.
carries your message and the lineage that you mentioned.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask a question that I hear from people when I give them, and I'm going to give people these pillars, is go, how's that going to make me money?
How's it going to make me money? This, your balance with who you are, the balance with who you are, how you walk into this world has everything to do with how you do business. Everything, right? When you wake up before the rest of the world, you're breathing, you are sure of where you're going. These things that you thought were unattainable, you realize they're not unattainable. And you have this gift. You have no one knows if you have tomorrow, but you have today. So you better get up and you better grind. You when you're honest with yourself, when you're moving forward, when you're powerful, when you're not living in fear. So many people have irrational fear. They're afraid of the person next to them, who are afraid of the person next to them, who are afraid of the person next to them. You want to change, you want to go into a room and own the room, do what everyone else isn't doing. You want to be powerful, you have an idea, you want to make it happen, use these four principles. Use these four principles. It changes the complete makeup of who you are. All the things you've collected, you're going to realize a lot of them don't serve you. Get rid of them. Simplify your life.
It's powerful because I knew the answer. And I say that when people ask me, it's like, yeah, money's important, but let's not focus on that. It will have faith and hope.
Yeah,
It will work.
yeah. Do you
Oh,
believe in
man.
yourself? Do you believe in yourself? Or are you going through the motions, you know?
The beginning of my podcast, which you'll hear in my monologue audience, you serve how you're going to serve yourself today and serve others today. See, I started with yourself
Mhm.
because me and you can't serve ourselves. How can I go serve you and give you a great
Yes,
podcast? You be a
yes,
great guest because we're serving each other.
yes.
So that leads to the motivation discipline story.
Mhm.
Are they different? And if they
Yeah,
are, how different are they?
100%. 100%. Motivation is fleeting. You can listen to a podcast, you can listen to a motivational video while you're training, and then the next day, if you don't have that, are you still motivated? It's like taking a pre-workout. Pre-workout if you're going to work out. Oh, I don't have it. I guess I won't work out today. It's laying out your shoes and having your playlist ready the night before rather than waking up in the morning going, oh, I'm running late, so I can't do this. Discipline is doing it every day because you know it's good for you. Motivation is fleeting. Motivation is fleeting. You got to reach down inside of you for motivation. You know, you got to be
That's
doing it. You do it because you love you.
I never thought about that. I love that. I'm going to share that
Yeah.
because you're right. Motivation. I could go get up and I'm a big fitness guy who's done health clubs with my family for 20
Yeah.
years. So I love that you're into fitness because it teaches you so much. But yeah,
Yes.
there's some days I'm motivated, some days I'm not motivated. But the discipline is, Steve, you're going to do 6 days a week. Now maybe
Yeah.
you go in there and you work out instead of for an hour, you do 30 minutes. But your discipline gets you there
Yeah.
and passes that non-motivation. we're,
Yeah.
we're, we're coming to the end here. I don't want it to end. We're going to do part two because I'm so fired up. We got to do part two. Well, we can't do it tomorrow, but we'll figure that out. I'm
I'm
going to bring
down.
him
I'm
back.
ready to do it as
I
soon as you
know.
want
So
to.
let me ask you this. What is the future for Chris look like?
I am working on a series of books called My Two Cents, and it is called My Two Cents because you can take it or leave it. We don't have to argue about it. It's my two cents. You know what I mean? If it motivates you, great. If it moves you, great. Inspires you, even better. I'm working on that. I'm creating and I'm collaborating with some powerful people in the health and wellness industry, like-minded people that are really working from an authentic point of view where they really want to help, they want to serve, and in serving they serve themselves. So I'm working with several people on collaborations. I'm creating and looking for powerful venues to speak, to bring. I have a Finding Your Power series that I do for men. I also have a women's empowerment keynote that I've created called Living in Fear or Living in Freedom and Reconnecting with the Little Girl Inside of You. And so I'm bringing this, man. I'm bringing it to the world. This is my purpose. This is my purpose. So I have a few books coming out that it takes a while. And that vision I said, I'm dressed in black, I'm mic'd up, I'm in front of 5,000 people connecting with all of them. That is my dream. That is what I'm working towards.
And I love that you connect with people. And this is a great lesson. They may not connect with you, but that's okay. That's not, you have no control over that.
They may not be
You
ready either. I mean,
Yeah,
it's,
exactly. Oh man,
yeah.
you're so great. You are so awesome. Audience, I know you get sick of it. Maybe you don't. I hope you don't, because it's true. I met 850 people, so I've got some experience in that. Let's end with a fun question. I know you're gonna love this question. So
Oh, here we go.
yeah, this is it'd be fun. So I've taken a reservation in a restaurant for you, table for four. You're gonna sit there. Your kids will be there if you want, but there's three empty chairs. Whether they're dead or alive, who would you invite to want to sit and just learn from, grow from? Somebody you've always wanted to talk to. But more importantly, what food would you order for that table?
The food is easy. The food is Middle Eastern food. It's my favorite because it's like a meze you can share, right? It's set up to share. So Middle Eastern food, Lebanese food. I had a great friend who's Lebanese, and his mother would make us the best spreads when we were hungover playing volleyball the next day after going partying. So definitely Middle Eastern
Love
food.
it.
Please. Who would I like to be there? Oh man, I'd have to pick a philosopher, and this is going to be random. Nietzsche. See what he's talking about. Jesus, because I want to know the truth. I want to know. I want to know, man. I don't want to know a watered down version of what someone with an agenda is talking about. So Nietzsche, Jesus, um, God, there's so many. There's so many. How about Beethoven?
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah. One of the first rock stars. Yeah.
that's a powerful table and a smart
My,
table.
and my daughters would be there
Of
because
course, yeah, we'll bring.
they're
Yeah,
powerful souls, and
amen.
I observe them, and they humble me every day. So
Well, I
yeah.
got to thank you, Chris, for being a wonderful guest. You're such a blessing. How can people find out, connect with you, find where you are? Because I know there's some people want to do that.
Yeah, yeah. My LinkedIn is Chris Michael Rushing. My LinkedIn profile, Chris Michael Rushing. My Instagram is Rush Fitness NYC. I'm on TikTok after years of reservations about that. I'm on TikTok as well, Chris Michael Rushing. And yeah, I'll be posting about when the first book on motivation actually comes out, and then and as I go, my memoir is going to be out soon. It's Surviving Life. And yeah, you can stay in touch there. Facebook, Chris Michael Rushing, TikTok, Chris Michael Rushing, LinkedIn, Chris Michael Rushing, and then Instagram, Rush Fitness NYC.
Couple of things before we close. I know we're running over. That picture on your left shoulder, it's caught my eye multiple. What is that picture of?
We probably should have saved this for the next. So I'll quickly tell
Cliff
you.
Notes it. Yeah.
Cliff notes. I was at a friend's house waiting. We're going to go out to dinner or something. Hit a coffee table book and I opened it. A few pages in, I saw this photo and it haunted me. I kept going and I had to go back to it. It haunted me. I went home. The photo haunted me. I went back, looked at it again, had to go to Barnes and Noble. I bought the photo. It connected with me somehow. I ended up as I framed it. I ordered the print, framed it, put it next to my bed. It traveled with me, but I didn't know what it was. I was working on a fitness clothing line, and I decided to use her image as the logo. So working with someone from Nike, they did the caricature of her. I did some research on her. It's from 1911. She's a Yuli Nayed tribal girl, and she was captured by two photographers from London called Leonard and Landrock. And she found me. She actually found me. For somehow we were disconnected or separated, and part of my growth, my spiritual growth and my healing, I did a psilocybin ceremony with a friend of mine who's a shaman from an indigenous tribe in Oklahoma. And as I looked at her while I was going through this process, her image morphed. A masculine, a feminine, a masculine, and a feminine. And this is going to sound a little hippy dippy, but she's also a portal. There was a light coming out of her. And I still don't know why we connected, but we connected and she found me. So it's just part of the mystery of life.
Amen. I'm glad I asked. And we'll talk
Yeah.
about it in part two. And I'm
Yeah.
going to do something, audience. I don't do a lot, but the first two people that reach out to Chris and mention my podcast or my name, some reference of that, I'm going to send you Chris's book for free.
Yeah.
So it's coming out later. So I'm going to even add to this. I feel like Steve Harvey right now or Oprah Winfrey. I'm going to buy you a car, but if you reach out in the next, before the book comes out, there's a book that I love. I will send you, including Chris's book. So you're going to get two books. So reach out to Chris, mention Doing Business Servant's Heart or my name. That's how much I love this guy. And I'm going to say love between two men because I truly do. And thank you again. Audience, subscribe to the YouTube channel because this is a perfect podcast. Taking this link and you listen to somebody and somebody's talking to you like, I have no purpose. And they're saying all these words. I need help. Have them listen to Chris for 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah. Please, how can I serve you, man? I got a lot of time in. I got a lot of experience. That's my purpose. So please reach out.
There you go. And guess what? You're impacting them. You're building their legacy like Chris talked about. It's powerful. With that being said, me and Chris want to thank all of you for watching or listening to this podcast. And we'll see you all on the next episode of Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. Have a great day, everyone.